To MCTV. I hope you're getting up and you're feeling good with a good rising. 777. Be in good spirits. Welcome to MCTV. If you have not subscribed, make sure you press that subscribe button down below. It's red. And here we go. We're going to talk about Manny Pacquiao, and we're going to talk about Ryan Garcia, aka KingRyanG. Right? Massive Instagram following, Facebook following as well. Okay, cool. All right, Manny Pacquiao, 8-division world champion, fought Floyd Mayweather tooth and nail with Keith Thurman, hasn't fought in almost about 2 years since the Keith Thurman fight. Okay, so, but normally, you're only supposed to hold that belt vacant for about a year. So he is well overdue his time to fight another opponent and get back into the ring. I'm sure he has some ring rust, but it just goes to show what Keith Thurman can do. So, and Keith Thurman hasn't been in the ring as of yet since as well. So both of these guys, since that massive toe-to-toe, head-to-head, nail-to-nail fight between Thurman and Pacquiao, neither of them have stepped in the ring since. But the thing about this is this. Pacquiao, he's got a belt, right? A certain belt that he was supposed to defend, and he hasn't defended. So at this point, they should strip him, or if they let him keep it, it's because he's taking this fight with Garcia to use him as a tune-up to fight Errol Spence, because Errol Spence has a belt, and they've been going at it. Pacquiao and Spence have been having, a rhetoric and a dialogue for a while now about having that fight. Spence wants to fight Pacquiao. Pacquiao was hesitant, but now he's saying he still would like a Crawford or a Spence, because that's the more meaningful fight, for the belts. But, somehow they're in negotiations with Ryan Garcia because Ryan Garcia is begging, oh, I want this legacy fight. Oh, I would love for more than anything to fight Manny Pacquiao. And also it's coming out saying that Garcia's team wants this fight with Pacquiao because they think Ryan Garcia has a massive chance to create an upset because Manny Pacquiao is old. I told you he's probably one of the oldest champions in the sport of boxing currently right now. He is 40 years old. Ryan Garcia is only 20 years old. That means Pacquiao is twice the age of Ryan Garcia, making him literally an old man. So we have a young buck fighting an old man. And I'm not taking nothing away from Pacquiao. Pacquiao's proven at a later age he's still got them lightning fast, speedy hands. So I'm not taking nothing away from Pac-Man. But I just think this is a very odd fight. It's not appropriate for boxing. Nonetheless, it is a fight. But they're saying it's going to be a real boxing match slash real exhibition, which makes no sense. That's like mixing oil and water. So they're mixing oil and water with this. There's going to be no winners or losers if it's an exhibition, but if it's a real fight, someone's going to lose, but the belts aren't on the line. Very, very interesting, unique. Once again, not a good look for boxing. This just goes to show Ryan Garcia used Devin Haney and Tank Davis's name for clout the entire time. And at the same time, while this Pacquiao-Garcia fight is in negotiations and looking like it's about to come to fruition, Ryan Garcia stands as the standing mandatory for Devin the Dream Haney. So, nonetheless, and no matter what, some way, somehow, we need to see Ryan Garcia face off with Devin the Dream Haney. That is his mandatory. He is mandated to fight him. But lately, as you all can see, in the midst of boxing, there's been a lot of chaos and confusion, right? People don't know what the heck is going on when it comes to these franchise fighters and what the next crazy thing is going to be in boxing. Are they going to allow... Did they pay Manny Pacquiao to take this fight to propel Ryan Garcia to the top, of the upper echelons of boxing and prestige? Did they pay him a lump sum to maybe lose to Garcia since he avoided Davis and Haney to give him this higher status? Could this possibly be a scenario where Pacquiao at the age of 40 on his way out to retirement is going to get paid off by these sanctioning bodies or these big companies to allow Ryan Garcia to take on that perceived prestige so he can somehow become some perceived A-side and call some type of shots and have leverage for a long time to come, considering he's young and upcoming and looks to be and seems to be some type of cash cow for De La Hoya? Could this possibly potentially be the case? Or, is this just something to throw in the mix that if Ryan Garcia loses, they can do what Keith Thurman did, even though I think it's unfair to compare Garcia to a Thurman, considering the fact that he has no accomplishments that Keith Thurman has had, but at the same token, they want to give, that same type of little extra edge to lose to such a legend as Pacquiao, to say, oh, well, at least I lost to Pacquiao, right? So whether he wins or loses, it's a triple-edged sword for Garcia. If he wins, he could have paid Pacquiao to win easily, right? Boom, it's a great plan to go out and propel this guy to the top. Also, if he wins, he also just potentially could or could not get the belt or gets all the accolades and credits of beating the legend Manny Pacquiao, despite him being around 40 years old and having 2 years of ring rust. So, this is a really bad fight for Pacquiao. I believe Pacquiao will beat Ryan Garcia, but I think the odds are against Pacquiao, and the reason why Garcia is taking this fight is because the odds seem to be in his favor. He is 20 years younger than Manny Pacquiao. He does have fast hands and strength, and he is undefeated. So he does have a little bit of weight. I think it's just really unfair how this is being orchestrated, though. I don't really agree with it. Nonetheless, it's a fight. It's two individuals coming together. But let's just put this out as so if he wins, he gets all this glory and all these different accolades. If he loses, he still gets propelled as one of the greatest because he fought the legend, and most people don't get a chance to fight the legend. How is Spence not getting a chance to fight Pacquiao before Garcia is? You see what I'm saying here? There's just a bunch of BS going on in this entire thing. I don't agree with it. Ryan Garcia has done nothing to prove himself in boxing and to make himself a pound-for-pound #1 or an A-side or deserve a legacy match with Pacquiao. What the hell has he done? This is akin to Canelo Alvarez just boosting and parading someone around for no reason at all, no reason in hell in the world other than a little bit of following. This is BS. I don't stand for this in boxing. Here at MCTV and the LDBC, we don't stand for any of this type of BS. We would rather see Spence face Pacquiao, and we would rather see Tank Davis or Devin Haney face off against Garcia. Ryan Garcia, you are a duck. You have lost all the respect. You are part of the Pataja sisters, the Duck sisters, Teofimo Lopez, Canelo Alvarez, and you, Ryan Garcia, you are part of the Duck sisters, Las Patejas, or whatever they call it. Manny Pacquiao, this is a disappointment. I know you got some ring rust. You could have did this in a multitude of different other ways. After all, you are a champion, and you've been doing this for so long. F some ring rust. You can get in there with some ring rust. You can go into some sparring sessions if you want to knock off some of that ring rust. But going into this fight with Ryan Garcia is a blatant disrespect. You've been holding up the welterweight division on your end for almost 2 years. There are so many fighters out there who deserve a chance at that belt and to have that prestige and to be able to put the best fights together. Manny Pacquiao, you're becoming a disgrace. I know you're going to be in the Hall of Fame. You've proven to me in that Keith Thurman fight that you are more than a great fighter, and I started to like you. But this right here is tarnishing and diminishing your credibility, Pacquiao. Ryan Garcia, you have no credibility as it is. And I'm going to go as far as to say is this right now. Whether you win or lose against your fight in Manny Pacquiao, your little exhibition, that's going to mean absolutely nada. Nada. We do not care. Okay? You are pretty weak for ducking out on Gervonta Davis and Devin Haney, point blank, period. Shout out to the LDBC. If you have not subscribed to MCTV, please show some support. Subscribe to this channel. If you agree with what I'm saying, how this fight is an inappropriate fight for boxing, like this video. Ryan Garcia ducked Haney and Davis. Pacquiao held up the division for 2 years straight, just about. Ducking Spence, and is going to try to take this so-called exhibition out of Garcia. This is BS. I'll see y'all with another one, okay? Y'all have a great day.